When and in what way can one desecrate Shabbos for the sick?
Regarding someone that's not healthy on Shabbos, when I'm saying not healthy, I mean someone in a critical condition. There's a rule. The rule is pikuach nefesh, saving a soul, saving a life. Deiche Shabbos pushes aside Shabbos, and you have to do everything possible in order to save someone's life. And as Rambam says, mutov lechalel olav Shabbos achas al menas yishmer Shabbos sarbe. It's better to break one Shabbos in order for this individual to be able to keep to many, many more Shabboses. And Alter Rebbe Paskins, Alter Rebbe brings it down in Shulchan Aruch Siman Shin Kov Ches right in the beginning, that if someone has a situation that he comes across of someone being unhealthy, and he asks Hashayla, says Alter Rebbe, Harei ze shefech damim. It's considered like murder, because what are you going and asking a question when there's an individual that needs immediate help to save their lives? Therefore, it's very, very clear that whenever someone is in a life-threatening situation, you do whatever you could to save their life. However, on Shabbos itself, there's two concepts. One concept is Shabbos is dechuya, pushed aside, or hutra, which means that it's not Shabbos altogether. And I'll explain. When I'm saying Shabbos is dechuya means pushed aside, so I have to right now focus only on whatever has to be done. For example, someone has to be driven to the hospital. So do I, as I'm driving this individual on Shabbos, could I turn on the music? Could I open the air conditioner? Could I open the windows? Or do I only do the actual specific actions to get this person to the hospital? That's called dechuya. Shabbos hutra. Hutra means that it's not Shabbos anymore. It means, for me, at this point, it's not Shabbos. It's like a Tuesday morning. I could open the window, get the air conditioner to work, turn on music, whatever has to be done. It seems to be, and I'll be very specific, theoretically, that Shabbos, according to Alter Rebbe, is dechuya, meaning they have to specify in the halachas, or in the actions that should be done to get this individual, and it doesn't allow you to do all the actions that are around it. However, it's very, very, very hard to differentiate, especially if someone has to rush someone to the hospital. There's so many sub-actions that are done in an automatic manner. It could be automatically, someone wants to open the window. It could be a hot summer day. Driving in a hot summer day to the hospital without air conditioning could a lot of times influence the ability of me focusing and helping this individual. So even though dechuya, pushed aside, is really the better way to deal with it, whenever it comes action, we look at it as if it's a for sure, immediate pikuach nefesh. And it's not just pikuach nefesh doiche Shabbos, it's also sofik pikuach nefesh. And being that if somebody comes to a situation that we're not really sure what is going on at that time, so dechuya, hutra are very good concepts, very important concepts. For sure, if you could plan in advance. For an example, a woman that has to go give birth, so during the 9th month, you try to find actions that could minimize Chilul Shabbos. For an example, try to find a non-Jewish driver. Try to have the phone recharged. All these actions are very, very good when they are planned in advance. Whenever it comes to the action itself, you should try to do whatever should be done and could be done to get this individual to the hospital. I once heard an amazing way to define this by the Rav of a From hospital in Eretz Yisrael, and he told the nurses as follows. He says, whenever you are by your desk, right, the nurses have like a stand, a station. Whenever you're by the station, by the desk, then it's dechuya. You could minimize Chilul Shabbos, try whatever way you could do it. However, whenever you're called to the bedside of the of someone that's not healthy, of a sick person, in that moment, there's no more dechuya. There's only hutra, because the fact that someone that's not healthy called you over to the bedside, it means you don't know why they called you. It could be for an immediate emergency, it could be not. Being that it's a safek pikuach nefesh, it becomes absolute hutra. So, by the station, by the desk, you could do dechuya. Whenever you're called, it becomes automatic. It becomes automatic hutra. You do whatever has to be done in order to get this individual well and live. So that is regarding the idea of hutro and regarding the idea of tchuya. And as we said, if it's able to be planned, you try to minimize. And if it's not able to be planned, and usually it's not able to be planned, you do whatever has to be done in order to get this individual to the easiest help and the best help possible. So that is regarding the idea of a choyle, and as we call it, a choyle sheyesh by sakana. Yesh by sakana meaning that you don't know, but it could very much be that he has an immediate danger, and whenever there's an immediate danger, you do whatever has to be done in order to get this individual the help that they need. The next level is choyle she'ein by sakana. It could be someone that is not healthy. Not healthy could be he's in bed for 3 days, hospitalized. Most healthy people don't go to the hospital. And therefore, someone that's hospitalized, someone that's in bed for a few days, is called a choyle. Not necessarily that the status is that he's in a life-threatening situation, but he's still called a choyle. Choyle she'ein by sakana, you could only do Chil Shabbos miderabanan. Miderabanan, for an example, you could ask someone not Jewish to do melacha towards this actual choyle, to this actual choyle. So only an Isser Shabbos derabanan could be done for a choyle she'ein by sakana. And the same definition of a choyle she'ein by sakana could be what's called sakanas aver, danger for a limb. Chas shalom, someone could lose a limb. That situation, you're mechal Shabbos, even though it's very, very hard to define when is it sheyesh by sakana, ein by sakana when it comes to a limb, because sometimes the body chas shalom go into shock, and it could be a loss of blood, and therefore, as we said, if there's any doubt, there's no doubt. You go ahead and you do. But the theoretical idea is that a choyle she'ein by sakana, someone that's in a hospital, but is not a life-threatening direct situation, in such a case, you could do it through a goy.